Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and you are listening to the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call it online marketing moves. We are coming to you live today. Today is Monday, July the 19th, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? Today's Monday. Can you believe that? Listen, you remember like 2 weeks ago, it was 2 weeks ago is July the 5th. We was all off on celebrating Independence Day, and all that good stuff. And now here we are, July the 19th, working hard, and working hard as possible. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to discuss. We are going to discuss creating a Facebook page for you to drive your audience. Now, you want to drive your audience somewhere. We talked about this before. We're going to talk about this. This is going to be some things are going to change. Different things change. Maybe like how you connect to people. Facebook might change this, that, and the other. But one thing that is not going to change, one thing that it's always going to stay the same is driving people to a place. You want to drive them to a sale. You want to drive them to a offer. You want to drive them somewhere. You want to drive them. You can even drive them off of your email list, but you want to drive them somewhere, That's the whole goal. And I will tell you something very important. I remember one of the worst pieces of advice I got, but which I didn't listen to because I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Is when I first started having an email list. We're gonna get into the Facebook page, but I want you to think about this, because when you do have a Facebook page, you want to drive them to either. And I'll be honest with you. I'm going to tell you right now up front. Do not rely on Facebook. Do not rely solely on Facebook. Do not rely solely on social media, okay? To create your business. Please don't do that. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Whenever you do business, anything in life, really, you want to have two, you want to try to have two, because if something happens to one, you always have the other. And I know in the beginning it's tough. Let's just say you're one person and you live by yourself and you have one car. Listen, I get that. I understand that. If you can have two cars, that'd be great. Nice. But if you have one car, that's great. But a lot of things you want to have two on, You want to have two, you want to have copies of documents, you want to have copies of, of like driver's license, because if you lose this stuff, instead of you having to fumble around, go into the DMV in certain days and you might be busy, you just pull out your other driver's license and you're like, boom, look, I have another one. Okay. Now, I say all that to say, please do not rely solely on Facebook. Okay. Because you will make a mistake, because there's a lot of, I'm not going to, what's the word we're looking for? There's definitely a lot of like jealousy, and there's definitely a lot of, let's say you have an opinion, okay? Let's say you are somebody with a strong opinion about a certain topic, and somebody doesn't like you. They will try to get you the platform. They will try to get you kicked off the Facebook for no reason, just because you have an opinion. Doesn't matter what that opinion is, whether doesn't matter if it's politics, doesn't matter if it's relationships, doesn't matter. You have a strong opinion, somebody doesn't like your opinion these days. People do not like to have discussions. People like to tell, I'm going to tell Facebook. So, you do not want to rely on Facebook for a business, but with that being said, you want to drive them, if you can have, this is why you should do email, or if you have an app, if you can get on a platform with the app, you can develop an app for yourself. This is why you should do that. So that way you don't have to worry about relying on Facebook solely for, to drive people. But you want to drive people somewhere. Drive them to a list, drive them to a sale, drive them somewhere. Okay. But in order to do that, and let's say you do want to have a Facebook page, there's different ways you can go about creating. You can create a Facebook page, and you know you want to what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to do the same old same old. You want to get people to be engaging and all and everything you do. One of the best things that you can do, you know, is not sit on a squawk box and be a preacher, be a teacher, You want to engage. You want to get people engaged. You want to get people going. And the reason why you want to do this is it's a couple different reasons. The more interaction you can get with people on your Facebook in your Facebook group, the more people you can get engaged on your YouTube, the more the comments and all that kind of stuff, the better you will be. You can learn more about your audience. You can learn more about the market that you are in. Okay. And the more you learn this stuff, the more you study it, the more you realize what these people need, what these people want, the more things you can do for them and the more money that you can make. Okay. And that's the whole point. And so the Facebook group, you want your Facebook group to be engaged. You want your Facebook group to grow. You definitely want it to grow, but you want it to be engaged. You want to say things, you can give your opinion. You can make posts, you can make, if you want to do motivational posts, you can do that, because people love to be inspired. People love to be motivated, and as we talked about before, if you have a story, if you're like, hey, I come from this, I'm the little engine that could, we all are in the small business, we are all small business entrepreneurs, and people love a story. People love the rag the riches. People love, there's a book. There's a book that I have by Russell Brunson. He talks about the hero's journey. I believe it's either expert secrets. He talks about the hero's journey. And that's very true. People love the hero. People love, hey, this little guy starting a business, and they like to get behind you. But you could share your story on your Facebook page, or you could share your story, or you could just write in your Facebook group. You can do surveys, you can do all that kind of stuff. But the one thing that you don't want you don't want dead silence in the Facebook group. You cultivate it, you get it started, you figure out what can I do, how can I push buttons, and I'm not saying you have to just be like controversial and all that kind of stuff, but you want to push people's buttons. You want to figure out what's their hot spot. It's you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. It's what gets people going. What's the fear they have? What's the doubt that they have? What's the why haven't they got started? What's holding them back. You want to find all that stuff out, and you can find that stuff out when you're doing a Facebook group. Doesn't matter what niche you're in. Doesn't matter. You can start a group, and there's different ways that you can get more people to engage in your group. Let's say you want to do an ad, and it's best the more you know. Listen, the more you know what audience you're looking for, the more you know the audience that you're seeking, the easier it will be to find these people. Because when you do a Facebook ad, you can always, the one thing you don't want to do is generalization. I tried that in the beginning because I was just like, oh, I should sell to everybody. And if you try to sell to everybody, you're gonna sell to nobody. Like that's a fact. That's a proven fact. Okay. Like, you got to know who you're looking for, especially these days, because everybody, it's not saturated with people selling, but people have heard. It's sort of like if you do MLM, and you try to tell somebody an MLM story. What I mean? I'm 42 years old, so I've been hearing people in the MLM stories for at least 21 years of my life. So you can only imagine when you come to somebody and you're like, hey, yo, that's this company and they got these pills, and like, oh, and then people gonna be like, what you selling? MLM? Get out of here. So so You don't want to do that, but you want to target people that are actually looking for that kind of stuff, because not everybody's looking for it. You know what I mean? So let's say you are, let's say you are, let's say you do deer hunting. Okay, you want to sell deer hunting products, and you want to start a Facebook group with deer hunting people. You're not gonna say I want people in New York City though. Your target audience is probably not gonna be New York City. Now I know there are some people that probably hunt that live in New York City, but your target audience would be like deer hunters. You would put deer lovers. Deer people, animals, stuff like that. Hunting, fishing, stuff like that. And let's say you want to you want to sell a product, and you want to make some money, you want to have a 2-day sale or something, and you don't have a lot of money in the budget, I would target more hunter friendly places, you know what I mean, like the West Virginias, the Louisianas, the Texas, stuff like that, because the smaller the group that you are targeting, the lower the ad prices, and you don't have to have a big budget. I don't want you to think whenever you want to promote your Facebook group, which you probably should, but you don't want to spend a lot of money. Like, I'll give you an example. Last couple weeks ago, I did a little Facebook ad. I spent $5, in 5 days, $1 a day, okay? $1 a day. And, I don't know if me saying the podcast has gotten people into the Facebook group or me doing the ad has gotten the Facebook group, but every day for the last week, I've had, one person, two people, get into the Facebook group. And now we have, I think we're up to about 25 people in the Facebook group, But I'm just telling you, the budget doesn't have to be big. You don't have to blow the budget out. You don't have to spend a lot of money. But the more you niche it down, the more you bring it down, I think the cheaper it can be for you. So I don't want you to feel like you need $1 million budget. And it'd be beautiful if you could have $1 million budget. But if you ain't got it, then you ain't got it. Okay. And the more you know about that, the easier it will be. You can do ads. This whole thing is about learning how to market yourself, learning how to get yourself out there, get your name out there, get your business out there, and get the things that you want to do out there. So that's the whole point. And let's say you do a little sale. You do a little sale. You do a little Facebook group, get some people in there, and they're like, "Ooh, I like these." You say, "Hey, go to this website, click on the website, buy some stuff." And let's say you make some money. You take that money and you double the budget. You double the ad budget. And you go, "Hey, instead of me doing $1 a day, do $2, do $5 a day, and do it for longer. Do it maybe for 2 weeks, a month, just to see where you can get, And the more people that you get into your Facebook page, the more you are going to be either seen by other people or referred to by other people. Okay. And that is important. You want people to just know, hey, this guy's out here, this guy's putting out great content. This guy or this girl is putting out great content. Okay. You want people to know that. You want people to know you because you want to market yourself as best as possible. The better positioning you can do for yourself. Now, I want you to position yourself, but don't be a huckster. You know what I mean? I know you're not gonna be one of those, but when I say huckster, I just mean you see these people and they're like, "I'm a billionaire," and it's like, come on, you're not a billionaire. But anyway, I always chuckle at these. Let's stop for a second and let's share in some humor. I always chuckle at people. Like I know you're trying to start something, new, you're trying to market yourself, it doesn't matter, you're starting something new, you just want to market yourself, just want to get yourself out there, put yourself in position so you can make, the monies, as much money as possible, and it's hard work, don't get me wrong. It's very hard work, people try to make it seem like it's easy, it's easy, but it's not easy. It's easier once you get to that top level, but the hardest part is getting to that top level. You know what I mean? The hardest thing is to make $1 million. The easiest thing is to make another million, to make $2 million. You know what I mean? It's easier to make $2 million than it is make $1 million. And once you figure that out, you'll be okay. But you see these people, they're not running a business. They're just sort of fraudulent. You see a lot of this going on these days. With the PPP loan scams. For some reason, that's been in the news a lot where I live. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. For those of you that don't know, there's been a lot of PPP scams. But for you and for me, we're out here working hard. We're talking about Facebook ads. And you just want to get people into your Facebook group. You want to get people onto your Facebook page. You want, you're trying your hardest, and then you see these people, and they're like, "Hey, I made $1 billion off of this, off of that," and it's like, come on, man, it's ridiculous. But when you do an ad, don't be fake. Don't try to fake it until you make it. That doesn't work. People will find you out. Just say, hey, this is my Facebook group or whatever. You can write whatever kind of ad you want, but don't be fraudulent. Just say what you want. If you want more engagement, there it'll say on the Facebook ad, do you want more engagement? Do you want more people to like your page, follow your page? You can put yes, or if you want people to go directly to your website, you can also do that as well. But the main thing is you just want to drive people somewhere. And the Facebook page is good. It's a good resource. Don't make it your only resource, but it's a good resource. In the beginning, and then eventually, if you want to, which you can either keep the Facebook page going, or once you drive them to the email or whatever, and you feel like you got a lot of people in your email or a lot of people in the app, because apps are a thing because the thing that you want is this is 2021, okay? People like easy. People like easy things. So the reason why I say email list or an app is because the phone is the way to go. Very, how you used to see people on the laptop. You still see it, but not as much. People just whip them phones out and buy from the phone. So if you can have an app, where you can sell stuff from the app or sell stuff from a little website, and people can just click on the phone. Make it easy, and then you should do that. That's email, apps, website. Website's still good, but do those things. Don't try to sell don't try to sell from Facebook, because it's really kind of, if you can drive, get them in the group, get them on your group, do some posts, make sure you're posting on a regular basis. If you have to pay somebody, then pay somebody, but if you have to do it yourself, then do it yourself. But make sure you're being engaging, make sure that they engage with you. You want to draw people out. You want to hear from people. You want to learn people, because the more you learn your market, the better you will be. Okay, it's important. You just can't be like, I think they want this. You can go to different places. You can go to. I learned a while ago. I would go to Reddit every now and then, look up affiliate marketing, and see what people, and I actually had to get back to that because there are things that I want to start selling, things I want to start creating. And I'm like, instead of me writing just to be writing, let me find out what people need, what people want, and then create that product and then give it to people. That's one thing about being in business. If you can find solutions to people's problems and then sell them the car, don't sell them the engine, sell them. No, you want to sell them driving the car. You don't want to sell them the car itself. You want to sell them. You want to paint the story to where they're driving the car, they're having a beautiful time. They might be on a date, all this kind of stuff. You don't want to be like, hey, this car has 93.3 gigawatts, cylinders and all this kind of stuff. Don't do that. But, Facebook is a good way to get engagement. And also, if you want to do like affiliate marketing, go to different Facebook groups and you can promote an affiliate link. It's tough, but you can do it. But it's kind of tough. So check out other people's Facebook groups. Just to study them up. If you want to learn some Facebook groups, and see how people are, interacting. And the one thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you are in control of your group. Don't let people post nonsense on your page. You want to be in control. You want to be the master of your domain. You want to be the master of your Facebook group. You don't want it to get out of hand. You want to let the people know, hey, I'm in charge of this, because you are a leader, so you want to be that leader. You don't want, because people will just post nonsense. People will just spread links and all that kind of stuff on your Facebook page. You can't be, unfortunately, you just can't let people, if there's somebody else that you want to do this with, then yeah, make them part of the, the admin people. But definitely, you just don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry posting on your Facebook page, on your Facebook, in your Facebook group. It'll get kind of sketchy. You know what I mean? So make sure you're taking charge of that. Make sure you are posting on a regular basis. And there are different things you can post. Little Facebook group I have, I post motivational stuff. I post the podcast. Start trying to post videos, and I'm gonna start asking more questions, get more engagement. It's just a filling out process. Like I said, we have 20, 25 people, but it's small, but it's gonna grow. I'm gonna try to make it grow as much as possible. And yeah, I mean, I want the same thing for you. Like if there's something, there's a niche that you're in. If there's something that you want to do, and you have any questions, you can always email me, and I'll be glad to help you out. And if you have any questions about the show, you can always email me too. You can go to Tony@onlinemarketingmoves.com. And yeah, if you want to talk about Facebook groups, email me, and we can talk about how you can set it up. We can talk about you posting, why you should post, and all that kind of stuff. And you should post because, like I said, I can answer that question right now. You should post because the more you post, hey, listen, I can tell you this. The more content you post, the more people will find you. The more content you produce on the Facebook page, the more people will find you. The more engagement you get in your Facebook group, the more people will find that Facebook group. And the more likes that you get, the more followers that you get, the Facebook page will get bigger. And then let's say you're an affiliate marketer, okay? In affiliate marketing, you have 700 people in your Facebook group. And somebody looks up affiliate marketing, and they're gonna say pages you should follow or whatever. And then if you have 700 and the next person has 0, or they have 2 people in their group and they don't really post a lot, then your page is going to be suggested before that page. Your page is going to be suggested before a lot of people's pages. Okay, so the more you produce, the more you upload, the better off you will be. All right, so keep that in mind. Be uploading content, be creating content, telling good stories, telling great stories. And keep your name out there. The more you can keep your name out there, the better off you will be. You'll make all the monies in the world. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode. We will be back tomorrow with an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Razzano. Take care of yourselves. And as always, everybody, peace.